Okay, what we're doing here is we are setting up the BRX rifles in preparation to do the settings and trial on the Android phone app called Call Sign. So the Call Sign app is pretty cool in terms of what it can do. And I honestly, I'll be honest, I haven't even played a full game. I've only tried just connecting the guns. And you know, the connection isn't the greatest for the Bluetooth connectivity depending on your device. You gotta have a decent device. So what I have are a bunch of old used cell phones that I've gotten either donated to me or ones that we've had just kind of laying around the house before we went to iOS with the iPhones. And so this is essentially what the game screen looks like after you get into the options to go into the game mode. On the other two guns sitting here, and I'm going to try and connect a few other guns just to see if I can get more connected. I use the same login credentials for each of them. You can have up to 64 players. It says shows 2 connected out of 64. And this is only being over the Wi-Fi mode. I haven't played with the settings yet on using cellular data. But this is essentially what it looks like. So you know, on the basic mode, you kind of have very limited options. You can't change a lot of the settings. Only the boxes that are highlighted, or it says respawn time and things like that. So whoever sets the game mode up can modify what the respawn time is. Using the scan BR or the little scan codes, you can set it up to do that too for like when you have weapon drops and locations. Battle Company still isn't releasing the scan icons yet that you scan in game mode to pick up new weapons. But yeah, and you can change your voice if you want to, you know, play as a girl or a female, male, whatever you can choose.
Get some.
And you know, and then it has the sound for a girl setting if you wanted to do that. Let me see.
Let's move.
Right. And you can go in here too, and instead you can't change audio control except for on the gun like you normally did on the manual setup modes. You have to actually do it on the settings here. Okay, so that's the difference a little bit, is everything's a little bit more digital. Say you didn't even hear him say let's move that time because it was so quiet. But the weapon choice is what's awesome about the functionality for doing the phone games, because you can pick 2 weapons, a primary weapon, a secondary weapon. And when you're in game mode, to switch the weapons, you just simply press the orange alternate fire button, and that'll switch over the gun you have. And the gun selection is awesome. So there's a lot of guns. There's actually 20 different guns, and they give you the stats and the information on them. Not something that's totally present whenever you can see on the manual for the BRX, but these are the stats for the different type of weapons, and tells you how many bullets you have in each magazine and how many magazines you get for each rifle you pick. And depending on the strength and power of it, they reduce your amount of ammo you have. And in this mode, you do have limited ammo. So you don't get more ammo unless you die. When you respawn, you get a full new set of 12 magazines and 32 rounds in each magazine, for example, for the assault rifle. And what's really cool, like I said again, is showing how much damage, the speed of the firing mechanism, as well as the range, right? So obviously that assault rifle has a really good range. I mean, it's just as good as a sniper rifle, which is awesome. And so it gives you kind of a cool little image of what those look like. They have some really neat, cool things to show. This is a different kind of shotgun than the regular game mode. This has 6 rounds in it, and then 4 magazines for it. And it actually has a long range. So this is a long range shotgun, and it looks cool, and that's the intent, right? The SMG is a 72 and 4 magazine gun, but it does very little damage, has high range. So it's a little bit different than the way it's set up for the different type of guns and their abilities on the app. And you can choose and coordinate with your teammates in this game mode of who's going to be like the front assault people, who's going to be the long range people, right? And they have some really neat, futuristic guns too, like this energy launcher, right? And it has high damage, but it's only 1 round, and you only per magazine, and you only have essentially six bullets to shoot. This railgun's insanely awesome. It sounds really cool. It has a rocket launcher, a laser cannon, right, and the different features for each of those. And I'll just kind of scroll through so you can see all the cool weapons. They have plasma sniper, right, not as much damage but big range and higher speed, right? It's a rapid fire. It looks like a force rifle, the Stinger, whatever that thing is. All right, so you got some weird futuristic ones. If you're into that stuff, cool, good for you. I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I like the regular weapons, just because I like the sound of them versus, weird futuristic noises. All right, so, and I'm getting down to the bottom. So, an ion sniper, right? Really looking like a really good gun. Very limited on the ammo. So that's what you do. So you pick your main weapon, and we'll do this one as a future gun. We'll do the energy launcher as the primary, okay? And then we'll pick our secondary weapon, and we'll use some crazy gun here at the bottom, like the suppressor. And we'll see how that sounds, okay? And when you're all done with the settings, you can pick unlimited lives or 10 lives and choose that, but that's all set based upon the main gun, which was that one to set up the settings. And I'll show you how you get into that in just a second. So we're gonna join. And it takes a second to load and connect. And what it's doing is just communicating Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, whatever, with the other devices. There you go. So now you're on there, right? And you can actually choose your teams here. I don't think you can. I think you have to have the main person choose the teams, which we'll check and verify if I'm correct on that. Again, like I said, I haven't really played with it too much. But, oh, you know what? Maybe this is a free-for-all. Oh, you can remove them. You can start the game and change some options, I guess. Probably just the sound. We'll turn them all up so that we can actually hear the guns in a second for the gun choices I chose. That's good. There we go.